Literally, huevadoche means eggs at 12, because generations of villagers have thought that the young teens' descending testicles resembled eggs.
It's interesting that individuals raised as females, even with dresses, become males later on by their own choosing very often. And that shows that these patients have been exposed to testosterone, and testosterone does have an effect on the brain.
Though the mechanism isn't yet understood, many researchers believe that the baby's own testosterone washes through its developing brain, carried by nearby blood vessels.
It will virilize the brain and make somebody act more like a male, in quotes.
Why are fishes so smart? Because they travel in schools.
In recent years, research has confirmed what most parents have long suspected. Little boys tend to be more rough and tumble than little girls. That doesn't mean they don't join in more traditional girl games with friends. But if left to choose, boys prefer the rowdy side of the street. But the real difference between boys and girls is less than you might think. Each of us is a unique combination of male and female, influenced by the exact hormone bath we are exposed to before birth. As a baby, Alberto was named Uberque and taken home to join her older sister. The first few years were fine, but by the age of 7, there was trouble.
When she was born, she was a girl. And when she began to grow and I sent her to school, he didn't want to wear a dress, and he didn't want to go.
I never liked to wear a dress. I did it because I was forced to.
She's very strong, even though she's just an average size baby. She's very strong though, very strong, very attractive, very beautiful little girl.
If Katrina is like most children with CAH, she may become a tomboy. To maintain her feminine appearance, she has to take medicine to keep her adrenal gland from producing masculinizing hormones. But even with lifelong medication, Dr. Glassberg has explained to Tina that children with CAH have a 30% or higher chance of growing up to be homosexual. This according to studies reviewed by the New England Journal of Medicine.
As an adult or as a teenager, we know there's a higher incidence of bisexuality and homosexuality. Is that because of these male hormones when this infant was younger? Perhaps in part.
But no matter how many replacement hormones Howard DeVore took, he never felt like a boy.
At 14 or 15, I did the very best that I could to pass. And I exaggerated my masculinity, and I slept with a lot of girls and a few boys, and tried to find some place that I fit. It was clear that I wasn't making it as a boy. I didn't act like boys. I didn't feel like a boy. It was becoming increasingly uncomfortable to try to pull off being a boy. I thought that suicide would be a reasonable alternative.
At 15, Howard says, a psychiatrist probably saved his life, but years of therapy did nothing to change how he feels about his gender.
I do real good passing as boy. I take my hormones on schedule. I maintain a masculine appearance. I keep my hair a certain way. It is purposeful. Do I feel like a boy? Do my insides feel like a boy? Do I identify as a boy to my intimates? No.
For the past year, Howard has been involved with Tim, who is also an intersexual. Finding each other, they say, has been a great relief for both of them.
String cheese playing at the Film.
It's an incredible effort to try to pass. It's a lot of weight to carry, and I'm just not willing to carry that weight anymore. I will not live up to my false assignment as male.
Alberto understands. At the age of 9, he refused to be a girl.
When I looked at myself naked in the mirror, I saw myself physically as a normal girl.
His body's lack of one of 2 major male hormones maintained Alberto's feminine appearance.
My hair was very long, it came down to here. But when I was 9 or 10, I had it cut off against my mother's wishes.
At puberty, testosterone was released, causing Uberque's testes and penis to develop.
Uberque. That's what they called me as a child. But when I became a man, I called myself Alberto.
Nisua is from the same village and is the father of 10, 3 sons, 3 daughters, and 4 Guevedoche, hermaphrodites.
I think that parents should ask their children what they want to do, how they feel more comfortable, and then support them in their decision. As a father of 4 such children, I would tell them to accept it as a gift from God and not to fight it.
I'm proud of him because I love my son and he loves me. I never thought this could happen to me, but you have to accept it.
Despite changing cultural norms and a new scientific understanding of how gender develops, 5 times a day in America, doctors perform surgery on intersexual babies in an attempt to normalize the child's body. Doctors say our culture demands it. An exploratory scope and other tests had revealed that Katrina has a uterus, ovaries, and a very enlarged vagina.
This is a big vagina behind the bladder, and we see it on ultrasound over here. Katrina had a problem where she was urinating into her vagina, and there was a very narrow connection between her vagina and her urethra. So as a result, her vagina would become very large.
Surgery was planned to correct Katrina's urinary problems, widen the opening to her vagina, and if necessary, reduce her enlarged clitoris.
They said when she comes to about a year to 14 months that they would consider doing the surgery. To me, I felt like that was a long way off, and that was good. You know, I tried to prolong that as long as I could.
Dr. Glassberg feels that surgery isn't optional. Cheryl Chase, an intersexual, agrees that Katrina's urinary problem needed to be surgically corrected. But fix just that one problem, she says. Anything further is purely cosmetic.
Some children are born with conditions that are going to make them sick or cause pain or threaten their lives, and of course those conditions, if they can be treated with surgery, should be treated. But large clitorises don't cause pain and they don't threaten your life. Small penises don't cause pain and they don't threaten your life. And cosmetic surgery on the genitals is an incredibly invasive thing to do, and I don't think that anyone has a right to do that to another person without that person's wishing it.
But even when early surgery is cosmetic, Glassberg feels it's the right thing to do.
To suddenly say to somebody, we're going to make a vagina for you at 13 years of age, I think is much more traumatic.